Yo, what up, y'all? I'm just gonna dive right in, man. So, old Lion Jim Ryan, this Decepticon have went over there to UK, the CMA, and the EU complaining, trying to get the whole entire Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal blocked, right? So now a new article came out, and oh, you know he's lying, right? So he's gonna come out and say Sony have offered Xbox PlayStation Plus service on Xbox. Now, you know that's the biggest lie ever told, bro. Come on now. We know good and well that did not happen. Like, that is the biggest lie ever told in the gaming history. Come on now. Xbox have offered Sony to put Game Pass on there. Now, Uncle Phil did come out and say that. I'll give him that one. He said, man, we offered them that. And, you know, that could be kind of true because they're offering Game Pass on everything. Pretty much Nintendo, you know, they offered it to Apple. You know, Apple kind of turned it down. I think they're going through some investigation about that. But yeah, man, we already know Jim Ryan is capping. Come on now, you mean to tell me this guy went out his way to set up a meeting with Uncle Phil over there at Xbox and beg him to put PlayStation Plus on Xbox? Do you really think Xbox would have turned that deal down after all those AAA bangers on place? Come on, man. You got Ghost of Tsushima, you got Uncharted, you got God of War, you got Spider-Man. Do you really think he's gonna turn that deal down? Come on now. It's an upside and it's a downside to this, because the upside is pretty much Sony is giving in, man. Sony is giving up. They don't even want to fight no more. They just, bro, Xbox, you can have everything. Just please keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. We don't even care about those games like that, man. We're just playing. We just been playing around, man. We just joking, bro. We ain't really we've been doing these exclusive deals all this long time. We just playing. We just was seeing with these old little greedy, grimy studios were gonna be two-faced it and backdoor Xbox, and they did it. They did it. They bought into the system of the greedy and the grimy scheming deals that Sony have been doing for years, and ain't nobody said nothing. Nobody said nothing. This is the biggest cap in history to say that Jim Ryan, right? Jim Ryan have offered Xbox PlayStation Plus. Stop it, Decepticons. We already know what's going down in these gaming streets. Come on, man. Either this is the biggest lie ever told, or Jim Ryan is officially waving the white flag. SOS is over. We're admitting our defeat early. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy is willing to give up everything to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, bro. He's willing to give up every AAA banger that's on PS5 to PC. He's willing to give up PlayStation Plus Premium, cloud gaming, PlayStation Plus subscription service, all 5 tiers, however many tiers they have. He's willing to give everything up for one game. He's throwing all of his chips in, man. He's gambling right now with the PlayStation brand, bro. Like, he is playing a dangerous game right now. Like, he is willing to just disown. He is literally willing to disown all of these fanboys and ponies and hurt their little bitty My Little Pony feelings. Because Jim Ryan is wilding out. This dude is wilding out right now, bro. Like, he is really telling every lie that's ever been told in the gaming. This is the worst generation I have ever seen from PlayStation. Like, hands down, I think it's beating out PS3. And business wise, we're not talking about sales numbers. We're talking about how they're running Sony, how they're running the gaming department, how they're running PlayStation is horrible. This is not good for business. Coming out lying, crying, trying to block deals, block games from coming to Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Doing these little dirty backdoor exclusive deals behind Xbox back, Nintendo back, PC back. They just wiped Sega off the map. I'm talking about they knocked Sega off in the 90s. Nobody said anything, bro. Like, they've been getting away with it for so long. They even made games exclusive back in the day from Nintendo and Sega. They stole Spider-Man away. Spider-Man was on Nintendo, Xbox, and PC, and probably some more platforms. But you mean to tell me they didn't want Nintendo didn't want Spider-Man? Everybody kept coming out. Oh, Xbox ain't want it. They denied it. Well, what about Nintendo? Did they go to Nintendo and ask them, hey, do you want Spider-Man, a Somniac Spider-Man? No. They love locking down these deals. And this is what it came to, y'all. If these little fanboys and ponies think Jim Ryan, that Decepticon, is your bestie, that's your friend, man, you got another thing coming. See, this is the problem with the ponies. They have been blinded by the AAA bangers that have been dropping year in, year out. We can give them that. Sony will do anything to get those AAA story-driven, adventure, over-the-shoulder, third-person, walking simulators out. But it's coming with a price. Now, another note. Let's jump to another topic because I'm tired of the capping. You cannot tell me, sit here with a straight face and tell me that Jim Ryan offered Xbox PlayStation Plus premium service on Game Pass or on the Xbox platform and PC. When have this article ever came out? Please, somebody go and pull it up and find it. Is it on Twitter? Is it on Reddit? Is it on Twitch? Is it on is it on Instagram, TikTok? Where is it? Facebook? Where is this article at? Is it on Google? Because I definitely didn't see it. I never heard of this. This is a new lie that just, now they don't even have a defense anymore, man. Now they're just throwing stuff out there, hoping it stick to the wall. They're just lying about everything. Now it's not because they really don't have an argument if Xbox offered them a deal and they're turning it down. Now they gotta cook something else up, cook another lie up. So now it's just getting stupid. It's not, because it's not even about Call of Duty and Xbox no more. Now it's about basically Xbox turning PlayStation down. Like, how? What? So this whole entire argument have took a left turn because they've been shooting themselves in the foot with this whole entire argument. The best thing Sony could have ever done was just step back and shut up. Just stop it. Stop the lies, stop the manipulation, stop the overpricing. Stop, doing your own fan base dirty. I've been telling you guys this. Sony is the most greediest, grimiest, shadiest company in the gaming industry. This story is twisted, tangled, all up. It's confusing. Nobody really knows what's really going down anymore in these gaming streets. Everybody's confused. We just want to know, is the deal ever going to get approved? Is it going to get denied? Just let us know something. Like, well, from a 1 to 10, how likely is the deal to get approved? Is it at a 5, 6, 7, a 10? Or 0? We want to know what's the level of this deal actually going through. Like, a lot of people just really want to know, like, bro, will the deal get cleared? Like, because obviously Sony don't have an argument anymore if they're saying Xbox is denying them. Now they want to play the victim, right? Now we can go down this long list of things and exclusive deals that they have done behind Xbox back, and up to this date they have exclusive content still, marketing rights for Call of Duty. They're doing exclusive deals for the Harry Potter game. They have blocked Final Fantasy. They have blocked Spider-Man. They're blocking Wolverine. They're doing all this timed exclusive like Forspoken, Deathloop. Where's Ghostwire Tokyo? Is that even coming to Is that even coming to Xbox? Also, all of these don't matter. Or none of these games, exclusive deals, none of that matter. But all the ponies and fanboys just say, don't worry about that. Brush it under the rug, because that is what Sony do. They snake people, stab them in the back, and do people dirty. That's just the way Sony operates. It's like, accept it. We don't care about the Xbox fan base. We don't care about the gaming community, the gaming industry, the fans of the casual gamers of the world, like myself, that just love gaming, don't really choose sides. I just love gaming. I'm here to bring the gaming community value. You know, they don't care about that. They really don't. But yet and still, they want to say they offered Xbox a deal. Wait, from my understanding, Sony has been trying to keep things off of Xbox. Right or wrong, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure by doing all of these exclusive deals, especially Spider-Man, one of the biggest superheroes in the world, you're gonna offer them a subscription service, but you're not gonna offer them Spider-Man. Make it make sense, bro. From my understanding, Xbox have offered them Game Pass to add on PlayStation Plus, because they were crying about they're not going to be able to make one. So Xbox was like, hey, y'all guys can use Game Pass because we know it's going to cost a lot to compete with that. And both of us are going to split that bag, split that check. But oh no, not old lying Jim Ryan, not old prideful, lying, scheming, greedy, grimy Jim Ryan wanted to deny it because it's too much pride and ego in the way. No, I want to beat you fair and square. We're going to just make everything exclusive that we can make exclusive to PlayStation platform, so we can double dip and send it to PC whenever the game flatlines on PS5, because we can't keep up with demand and we can't push enough we can't force enough PS5s in people's face and shove it down their throat with $70 games. Even for the holidays, Xbox is outselling PS5 now. And it's not that they're saying that it's better quality or anything. It's just a better value. So you're gonna have a better value, or you're gonna be buying these $70 games that you're shoving down everybody's throat. You're overpricing the console in different countries. I'm over here in the US, so we don't have that price hike. But I got some African friends that I watch, and they're complaining. I got some European, Australia, Canada, South America friends and buddies that I watch, and complaining. Like, it's not fair, bro. It's really not. So you want everybody to do you a favor, right? And block the whole entire Call of Duty Activision Blizzard deal. But you want to backdoor them and backstab them and do a price hike in their country. Make it make sense. You see how delusional and bipolar Jim Ryan is? Like, it don't make sense. That's why you don't argue back and forth with ponies and fanboys. This is why. It don't make sense, bro. Like, how you gonna do a price hike, but yet and still you want me to do you a favor? Explain that part. They will always be one-sided. This will never be balanced. It will never be equal. Will never be equality with Sony. Between Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox, it will always be a clash there, because they're millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires. So they're never really gonna all see eye to eye on everything. But being that basically Sony and Xbox are they're targeting the same gaming audience, those two will always clash the most. That's why Nintendo is kind of off in the cut, living at large, living their best life, because they're really not in the middle of it, because they're just off doing their own thing, and they're not claiming to be nothing that they are. They're sticking to their own roots, which Sony should do. Stick to your beautiful, story-driven, single-player, action, walking simulator games, that your AAA banger games, and let Microsoft Xbox have the multiplayer space, because that's what they're good at. They're good at, some of their games look good as well. They're AAA banger multiplayer games. Let Nintendo continue to make their beautiful RPGs like Mario, Let Xbox have racing and multiplayer games, and let Sony have the walking simulator, story-driven single-player games, over-the-shoulder third-person games. Let them have it, because obviously the whole entire gaming industry is scared of Sony. They don't want to deny them. You have fanboys over there in the CMA, the UK, the EU, the ABC, the EFG. The whole entire alphabet is going against Xbox and Uncle Phil over there at Xbox. Now, I don't feel like that's fair. We can all see the favoritism. If the gaming community can see it, I'm pretty sure the lawyers and all of that Xbox have can see it too. I'm pretty sure they follow big time gamers and bloggers and vloggers, and they really take that in consideration, because if we're seeing it, you can bet your bottom dollar the lawyers don't miss nothing. Trust me, they ain't missing nothing over there. They're fighting for this deal. Now, on another note, let's jump to another topic just real quick. Even Call of Duty Activision have people in there trying to protect the deal as well. They want the deal to go through. They want that bag. So if Sony makes this deal not go through, it's going to be a little saltiness there. That's going to be a clash as well, because now there's jobs involved. There's people bag involved. There's big $1 billion. This is a lot of money on the table. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said this deal can't be really took lightly, just to be one-sided. It's really meant to be for the consumers and the actual gamers. Protect the gamers, not protect Sony. The CMA and the UE, they're trying to protect Sony. They keep saying Sony don't want this. Sony. What does Sony? They're $1 billion company. Do you think Sony cares about those Decepticons at the EU and the little fanboy that went on Twitter talking about you're not going to take Call of Duty off of my PlayStation? Do you think Sony really? Do you think Jim Ryan cares about that guy? Do you think he can call him and go play golf right now with that man? You see what I'm saying? See, these ponies, they're delusional. They think they run the world. They think one plastic box is the world to them. That's their whole entire life, PlayStation. Some people take gaming real serious. This is like their 9 to 5, bro. Like, I'm telling you, you cannot turn them away from PlayStation. Once their mind is already hooked on it, like I know some friends, you cannot like root for another company in front of them. They will get offended and hurt really bad. So that's why you just let them be, because actions speak louder than words. They know Sony's overpriced. They know they're being overcharged, but in their defense, they have high quality AAA bangers. That's their defense. They have a premium quality console. That's their defense. They have a long history of making bangers. That's their defense. But they're not looking towards the future like Xbox. Xbox is going in a different direction, which is cloud gaming. They took it to another place that they know Sony can't follow. So Sony has to try to block and make everything exclusive to keep it off of Xbox. So that's why Xbox have to go out and buy all these hundreds and hundreds of studios to create their own fan base now with their own studios, because Sony is buying up. They did all these. They don't really want to buy studios. They want to buy rights to games to lock them down so that they won't come on other platforms, so that you're forced to buy a PS5 and you have to pay $70 a pop. You know how I done heard a few content creators, few vloggers out here in these gaming streets, and they're like, man, the reason why the PS5 ain't selling that well over here is because pretty much like everybody have kind of got up on game. They kind of seeing Sony's strategy and they ain't really with it. Like the parents are really considering Xboxes and Nintendo's over PlayStation now because of value, not because they think it's probably so much more better, but because of the value, the Game Pass. They're opening everybody's eyes to value now. Like, man, wow. So you mean to tell me if I buy a PS5, meaning as soon as I get the PS5, I'm not thinking about an extra controller. I gotta buy a $7 game every time I want to buy another game. If it breaks, I'm gonna have problems with customer service. Returning games, you're gonna have an issue with it. Versus, I just get an Xbox and get hundreds of games with I get an Xbox and get hundreds of games with Game Pass Ultimate and get day one AAA bangers. Oh man, come on, bro. There's no way that's a way more sweeter deal than just going through all the trouble of getting a PS5 and your bag ain't right. Now you do have people that make that bag. By all means, live your best life with a PS5. But I'm talking to the gamers and the gamer community that can't afford a PS5 to keep up with the demand, should I say. You maybe can get a PS5. I'm pretty sure mostly everybody can get one. But can you keep up with the demand that it's going to come with? Controllers. Then if you want the VR2, oh, forbid you want that. That's another PS5. That thing costs $550 plus. Maybe $650 in certain countries. So now that's like you're paying almost like over $1,000 just for the experience of a VR. Like, make it make sense. But yet and still we can go back and they're talking about they want to offer Xbox PlayStation Plus premium service. When have I ever, this is the biggest lie ever told in gaming history. And I know I'm not the only one that caught on to that. There's hundreds of content. Like, why is Jim Ryan over there lying like that? Like, bro, come on, bro. You've been lying so much. Don't nobody believe nothing that comes out of that Decepticon's mouth except the ponies and fanboys. They are the only ones that are buying that 1 little percent of fanboys that's on Twitter. They are the only one that is buying everything that Jim Ryan is selling. Because of fans of the gaming industry, Xbox fans, you know what I'm saying, diehard fans of both. You have diehard fans that actually just love the PlayStation brand, and you have fanboys and ponies. You have to separate the two, because you have fans that just love PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo. They're just casual gamers. They don't really care about the whole fanboy console war thing. But it's good that they have this knowledge and they're up on game, that they understand how Sony is out here moving in these gaming streets. And it ain't good for gaming, because they're actually ripping their own fan base off. Doing all these little price hikes, doing these little backdoor exclusive deals behind Xbox back, you know, taking games off the PlayStation Store, taking movies off the PlayStation Store network. If you order these games and buy these movies and stuff on PlayStation Network, it's a possibility that you can go back on there and that movie is not there anymore, and you spent your hard-earned money, and you're like, why don't I have my digital movie anymore? Where did it disappear? Where did it go? And nobody says anything on Sony. They just remove stuff. Nobody says anything. They're overcharging for microtransactions and DLCs on the digital store on PlayStation. They got caught up with that back in the day. Overcharging people. Double dipping. Sony do some greedy, grimy stuff to good gamers. Like, they're basically ripping off good gamers, and it's just sad, bro. It's sad that, you know, if we don't bring this to you guys' attention, you would think that Sony is just the best company in the world. You would think they're the best thing since sliced bread. They're just little angels. Man, Jim Ryan is the most greediest, grimiest, shadiest man in the gaming industry. And you will never know it, because Sony knows how to sweet talk you with those AAA bangers. Oh man, that's like ice cream on a summer's day. You know what I'm saying? It's really sad, bro, that it came to this. That we're seeing a console war that I never thought we would ever see in this generation. And it's just sad, bro. Like, how are you going to talk about, you're going to offer Xbox something when every gamer in the gaming industry knows that you're doing everything in your power to do exclusive deals and stop things from even coming to Xbox, the platform, coming to Game Pass, coming to PC, until you give the green light. Sony wants to control, they want to control every game release. If a new AAA banger comes out, they want dibs on it first and decide and want to make the decision if they want it to come to PC or Xbox or Nintendo. They want, because they're the market leaders, because of the fans, because see, they're an OG. See, Sony is an OG in the game when it comes to gaming. So they have figured, they love to figure out their opponent. They love to figure out their weakness, and they just keep poking at it. Oh, you don't make story-driven games? We're gonna drop 1 billion of them. We're gonna drop 1 million story-driven games. But what they got lost in the sauce is they didn't have any multiplayer games. You know what I'm saying? Which is, it's not that they don't have the studios to do it. It's just that they use all their resources to create these beautiful walking simulator, story-driven, one-and-done games. You know what I'm saying? And that's that old school way mentality of thinking that they've been doing since the 90s that's really not working in this generation. Once 2020 hit, they should have already decided, okay, we're gonna step away from only making story-driven games. Not saying that they're gonna give them up, but we're gonna have half and half. We're gonna have 50% of the studios working on that, multiplayer, RPGs, racing games, like sprinkle it around a little bit. Don't just do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're so hard-headed, man. Those Decepticons at Sony are so ignorant and hard-headed and stubborn. You can't tell them anything. You know, they don't want to answer any questions. Why are you trying to block the deal? They're not even answering the question right. They just don't even want it on Game Pass, but they really can't say that because now they sound like a sore loser. But Jim Ryan is still over there crying, so pretty much he is a sore loser. But man, I think I'm gonna leave it right there, man. I just want to touch on that topic, man. That was crazy. But make sure you guys smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news out here in these gaming streets. And if you would like to check out some merch, you know, order some games, or jump into the PlayStation ecosystem, the Xbox ecosystem, or something else, just click the links down below in the description. Thank you and peace.